June 16th, Woodbury 10 at 6 p.m. Go see the full Paprika series.
You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show. Hello and welcome to Movie Beaters with the Farx Brothers. I'm Kirk.
I'm Kyle.
And we're joined with Alex Marvin, photographer, videographer, cinematographer, and producer. This is The Ice Road with Liam Neeson.
So initially, why did you pick this movie before you picked Koi, Na, Scott, C?
Yeah, so I picked Ice Road initially before Koyaanisqatsi because I was spending a lot of time actually in a similar area to where the movie was filmed. I don't know if you're familiar with the show Ice Road Truckers.
I am.
But
I don't watch it, but
we were in that area. We weren't on any of these like ice roads being developed where there's no regular road, but it's like we were on roads where some of these like massive trucks with like oil rigging kit or whatever are driving up and down in a similar environment, and we spent a lot of time driving on the Dalton Highway, which is supposedly one of like the top 5 dangerous highways.
So you were in that area. That's what made. Did you watch the movie before going to that area?
I'm like in that area in the same sense that like I'm approximately at that latitude.
Okay.
Like the film was mostly in I want to say it was in Manitoba. It was like northern Canada is where it was mostly filmed, but very similar environment. There's this town Coldfoot that we would drive through, and that's kind of where a lot of people would like stay in this area. It's more or less like a giant truck stop. There's like very basic accommodations for staying. There's like a deli place where you can get like, it's like a basic like cafe, and there's food, and there's like a restaurant, but it's otherwise just occasionally tourists, but like a lot of just like truckers coming through. And a lot of, the main reason why these roads that we were on in the first place exist was for trucks. And so that was part of the reason why I thought about Ice Road. And
do you know anyone who's a trucker?
Not actively. I know people who used to be truckers.
All right.
But I don't know any truckers right now.
It's like the most common profession for someone without a college degree. It used to be the most common profession for men without a college degree. I'm not sure if demographically, if it's women too now. Because my wife knows female truck drivers through her work, and I was like, oh, interesting. Vaguely. She was telling me about a female driver, and just that it's one of the most common jobs for folks without a college degree, which is 2/3 of the United States, And then he's got the veteran brother. It's only 1% of the country that serves, maybe 2. I think active is 1 or something like that. But and truckers have been getting screwed by oil prices going up on average. Oh, there's
that's a lot of.
There's an emergency next to us. Do you think it's an ice road truck that flipped over on Earth Day?
Oh, probably not ice, but
yeah.
But it could be different ice.
It is odd because with the heat, I have seen a lot more emergency vehicles out. And isn't the whole thing is that this movie takes place in the 3rd week of April? So before Earth Day.
They specify that? I didn't remember that at all.
Because they specifically bring up that, no one runs ice road truck in April. That's a suicide mission. And they're like, oh yeah? Have you heard of Liam effing Neeson? His middle name is Effin. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah. In case you meet him. Hey, Liam fucking Neeson. How's it going?
I mean, what's really insane is like here to there, it's like we're like pretty far north. I don't know what latitude we're at, like 40, 45. But they're closer to like, 40. They're well above, they're above like 55 latitude. I think we're like, well above 45. And just, it's a lot colder up there throughout like much of the year.
Yeah. That would stink. And people think it's cold here. Like I had someone from Jersey come at me this week going, oh, has the snow melted? And I was like, it's 70 degrees. Screw up.
Everybody says that. Oh, it's colder here where I am. Everybody's like that, though. No matter what you do, you complain about the weather or the temperature, so it's hotter or colder somewhere else.
I mean, it does get seriously cold in Minnesota.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does get colder. I grew up, as has been brought up on the show before, in rural Michigan, so around Lake Superior. So we got a lot more snow, but not as cold as a witch's tit as it gets here.
Well, that's specific.
Yeah, you grew up near Marquette, right?
That's right. What's your connection to the UP?
I've got a whole bunch of friends in the UP. It started out with just like a coworker And then I got like integrated into the community a little bit. Yeah, I've got some good friends in the UP.
How often? When's the last time you went up there?
It's been a few years. I haven't been up in a while.
Okay. Same. I haven't gone up to the UP in a while. We were actually working on something that would have brought us there, but we think we can stay in Minnesota now. So, sorry, UP. I do have my college reunion this year, so I might have to go for that. We'll see.
I could see myself living I could see myself
Yeah.
living there.
Yeah, I mean, based on the conversations that'll come out in pieces around this, I think people get a good idea of you're an outdoorsman and you like nature, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, once you live somewhere where you can see the stars vividly every day, it's like I just can't shake that feeling. When I lived in Rifle, Colorado, I could see the stars almost every night, and it was just awesome every day. If there wasn't clouds, it's like the stars were out at night.
Do you practice any astronomy, like mapping where the stars are and like what time of year and that sort of thing?
I am becoming like more aware of just like the seasonal presence of like different constellations.
Oh,
Like Orion, it's like one of the most popular constellations.
yeah.
The belt of Orion, the pyramids of Giza are lined up in this way, and
Betelgeuse is in Orion. It's belt.
yep, yeah. In the northern hemisphere, Orion's not out all of the time. It's more of like a winter constellation.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like in Minnesota, I've seen Orion in, I guess, maybe
not
not
his
in the
belt?
city. What?
But not his belt.
Well, yeah, his belt was off and his dong flapping around. And, there was a shooting star.
Yeah.
A series of shooting stars that just went back and forth. They were slowly falling.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I practice astronomy though. Like I try to have like awareness of like the Big Dipper and where Polaris is, and I'm kind of like learning some other things. But
Do you think you could navigate in the woods with stars? Just if you knew where north was and then
Well,
you knew you
shouldn't
had to
you be
go.
traveling at night? Shouldn't you be resting at night when you're in survival?
depends on
in the
where you
woods?
are. Sometimes it's better to travel at night, depending on
Yeah.
like if you're in the desert, for example.
Yeah.
It might be easier to travel at night.
That's fair.
But in the cold, I suppose, you don't want to travel
Yeah.
at night because
Cold.
you want to wait for it to be sunny so you can be warmer.
It depends, there's this whole idea like in mountaineering of like an alpine start, and it's like you start in the dark, and it's like you plan for the sun to rise like in the middle of your ascent.
Okay.
And there's like benefits to moving at night in that way, and
Like what?
well, with like the sun coming in and out of the mountains and like giving that heat and like melting, it's like there's only certain windows of the day where you can like safely navigate certain parts of the mountain, and when it's like at night, the ice and like the snow is a little bit like more predictable and reliable. And I remember the first time I got on top of Mount Whitney with a few friends, which is the highest 14er in the lower 48. It's not the hardest 14er, but it's like the highest.
What is a 14er? I'm sorry.
A mountain that's like 14,000 feet or higher.
Okay.
We took like what we would describe as like the pseudo like mountaineering route. It wasn't like the super switchbacks, but we took this route where it's like we were traversing like snowfields, and we had to start like early in the morning, because if you start too late, these snowfields where you can more or less like walk on top of it or like bear crawl on top of it, you'll just fall through it. And you won't like fall into like a crevasse or anything out there, but it's like you will post hole up to like your chest in snow, and it's just a total slog and a total pain in the butt to try and navigate that. So you have to go like really early such that it's not happening.
Okay. Yeah. How often are you doing like things like that? That doesn't sound appealing to me, but I have friends who, hey, we gotta go camping in the
Go in the
winter.
woods.
I don't do it like with frequency right now. I'd like to increase my frequency again.
Okay.
And I've got a couple of friends who that's like what they do professionally pretty much.
Professionally?
Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine, Benny Lever, who I helped with, I filmed like an interview sequence with him in this short film with Mountain Hardware. He's a full-time mountain guide. And like right now he's guiding trips in Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And it's like he's guided K2 and he's done a number of other badass mountains.
Damn.
And he's professional.
How do you get into that? That'd be my first question for him. Like, okay, you graduate high school and then you're climbing mountains. How's that happen?
Well, he actually
Started
I think he
climbing
took
himself.
like a Knowles class, a national outdoor leadership school.
Oh.
And there's like an intro to mountaineering, and he was just like, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure out how to do this," and he's doing it.
Okay. That's what Liam Neeson does in every movie. What is your relationship to Liam Neeson? Did you like that?
Do you think he did that in this movie? I don't think he did.
I think Liam Neeson accomplished many things in this movie.
I don't want to say it's his worst movie, but I don't think it's definitely
Blacklight exists. I'm not gonna say this is the worst.
Blacklight?
movie. Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
Neither have I.
I haven't heard of it. Yeah.
It was like one he made around 22, 23. It was after this, but like this is I don't even know what you call this kind of Liam Neeson movie because it's like entertaining. I was excited. I watched it when it came out. 'Cause Liam Neeson, but it was at the beginning of the Liam Neeson downslope to where I don't watch as many Liam Neeson movies as I used to watch. So that's why I asked, what is your relationship to Liam Neeson? And is he on a downslope or an upslope?
I mean, I haven't been paying enough attention to the guy to really give like a good measure there. I'm still stoked on him. I mean, to me, it's like my first like real memory of like Liam Neeson was probably Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, because I remember that, and then like what was he in after? He was always like supporting, even though like
He was in those Taken movies.
yeah, but that's not till 2008. That's like you were in high school when you were in high school when Taken came out. I'm assuming. Was
When did it
Taken
come
a
out?
thing for you when it came out? It's
Yeah,
2008.
I would say so. Yeah, I wasn't in high school.
Okay. I remember.
I was like
seeing
just
it.
about to be in high school.
Oh, okay. You're a younger guy. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in college, and I remember going with my brothers to see that movie. It was a January movie that's good. This is great. And that's kind of how I looked at Ice Road Trucker or Ice Road is like, oh, it's like a Liam Neeson January movie because it's cold Liam Neeson. You know, Cold Pursuit, this movie, The Gray. Have you seen The Gray?
I haven't.
Wow, I never noticed.
You would love The Gray.
Yeah, The Gray's
it's
a great
an outdoorsy movie.
Yeah.
Where Liam Neeson, man,
Is there like a wolf in it or something?
Yes.
Yes.
I think
yeah.
I've heard of it.
I will. Do you have a disc player? I will borrow
Oh, yeah.
that to you
Oh,
just
yeah.
so that you can watch it because
I
it's
can
like,
do regular and Blu-ray.
perfect. I got it at a secondhand record store very recently because sometimes like it scratches a very specific itch for me. See, this is why I live in the city. Is going to one of the secondhand record stores and like looking at discs and like going, okay, I'm gonna limit myself to $10. Last time I only spent $6 and I got 3 different discs.
Oh,
One
nice.
of them was The
good.
Gray.
All Blu-ray 4K?
All Blu-ray. I'm
Oh.
not buying DVDs. What do you?
I don't know.
I mean, I have bought some
Good.
DVD. I bought A Fish Called Wanda on DVD because I didn't want to pay extra for the Blu-ray. Do you remember the movie Fish Called Wanda? Doesn't have Liam Neeson. Doesn't matter. Have you seen Schindler's List?
I've seen Schindler's List.
It's
That's
funny.
his best one.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen it several times. It's fantastic.
I watched it recently because I didn't remember having seen it like somewhere around high school, and watching it as a Liam Neeson movie. Like, well, Liam Neeson, you know, he always saves his daughter, and he's like, I'm going to save so many people. And then at the end, just like, I could have saved more. I could have saved, you know, it's like, whoa, that really throws the Liam Neeson thing on its head.
Well, that's like before he was like a big action star guy, right? Or is that?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know why he pivoted so hard. He should go back to doing serious movies.
Because they started making Clint Eastwood movies with him because Clint Eastwood was like scary old to be doing them. So, like,
Is he still around?
Clint Eastwood's
I think he
alive.
is.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Clint Eastwood's great.
He made Juror number 2 in the past 2 years, and it was a solid procedural legal movie. And Cry Macho came out 2021, I think, was his last
I
where
haven't
he
heard it.
acts.
Mhm.
When I saw Gran Torino, I'm like, this is it.
Yeah, wow, you like that one?
Okay,
I love that film. Yeah, I love Gran
Yeah, let's
Torino.
go there. All right, Kyle.
Sir, you mentioned that you have Asian roots, and this individual is of Hmong descent. So the movie Gran Torino offends him, even though I have told
I
him
did say that.
several times that yes, Clint Eastwood says the name wrong. He says Hmong instead of Hmong.
Well, that's
yeah.
kind of part of his character too.
Yeah, 'cause he's
It's
an
he,
old
part
guy.
he
his
figures it out by
character,
the
yeah.
end.
Yeah, he changes. Wow.
You've never seen it, right?
I haven't seen it, no.
You've
But
never
I've heard,
seen it? You have to
I've
watch
heard
it.
You won't
terrible
borrow my
things.
disc either. You won't borrow the disc.
You
won't-
didn't offer. I'll take
I'll
it,
borrow the
sure.
disc.
Why are
I'm
you
gonna borrow
avoiding it?
I don't want to. It just seems awkward for
They
him to-
wanted to film it here.
Oh, in
couldn't.
Minnesota?
It was, I think they ideally wanted to film it in Frogtown.
It takes place in Minnesota, but they shot it in Michigan.
Oh,
and I think
really?
I think it still takes place in Minnesota, but it was shot in Michigan because it was at that time where Michigan had the better tax incentives. Yeah, Liam Neeson hasn't made enough movies in Michigan.
Yeah,
I'd
well,
like
the
to
only
point
reason
that
I
out.
don't watch it is because I'm going to notice a lot of things that got wrong about Hmong people. So I don't want to see that.
I want to hear his interpretation of that, though. I want to know
Okay.
what are all the things that
Get us a
Clint got
guest,
wrong.
and we'll talk about Gran Torino.
We got to get a Hmong guest.
Well,
Another
that would
Hmong
be
guy.
interesting.
What you
person,
might
yeah.
find is interesting is his character in the film gets a lot of the Hmong things wrong, and it's like he's corrected in the film. And so, I don't know.
It's white guy learns about another culture movies. There's lots of those. Lots of those. White guy learning. Hey, it's how America travels because most people are only like 1/3 of the United States has a passport or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so like most people won't leave the country. So either other countries come to them, or through the movies they go to other places. That's the beauty of movies. I never want to go to where this movie takes place, and it didn't make me want to go to. Yeah, it didn't make me want to go to Alaska, North Dakota, or Canada. None of those places did I want to go to. Because it's cold.
It's just, you live in Minnesota, though. It's cold here.
It's all about layering. You just have to find the right layers, and you're cozy.
I live near a lake I can walk to in the summer, and it's warm. You've walked to this lake with me, and you can swim in it. Like, I get balanced throughout my year. It does get very cold. I have to, sometimes use a snowblower in my driveway. But you know what? That's not so bad.
Okay.
I'd take that over...
So on a real cold like Alaska?
Or firestorms like California.
So you don't like the very hot either, then?
I would be fine. I went to Phoenix when it was 120 for like 20 days on end. When you were in the Southwest, what was the temperature like? Was it warm? Seems like a good time of year to be in the Southwest, right?
I mean, it was over like 100 degrees warmer from where we were coming from, but it was still pretty temperate. It was like in the 70s.
So you were coming from like -30 and going into 70 degrees after being in Alaska?
Yeah, where we were, it was like persistently cold. And from what we were hearing from locals is it was like unusually cold for the time that we were up there. Which for us was awesome because we were really kind of like prioritizing trying to see the northern lights with really strong foregrounds, and the cold weather kind of helps with that.
Yeah.
Clearer skies to some extent.
Bigger question. Had you seen this movie before you went up to Alaska? Did you see it when it came out 5 years ago, or did you see it after you went up to...
I think I saw it like a year or two ago. So before I went to Alaska on this trip.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And so you had this in the back of your mind?
Yep, and then I made my whole group watch it with me one more time. Because I'm just like, hey guys, like, I think I'm gonna be on this podcast. I think we're gonna talk about this. Let's just bear with me. Let's watch this film.
What was their reaction?
Oh, they were stoked. I mean, they weren't like super stoked about it, like maybe right away, but it's like as we watched it, they were stoked. So
That's the beauty of a Liam Neeson movie, is that it like...
Yeah, it's not the worst thing I've seen.
He's got to save his daughter. He's got to survive against the wolves. He's got to figure out the
Deliver a
mystery
car.
in Colorado. Yeah. Wait, what a car?
He's got to drive a truck,
Yeah.
all the way to
With a
save
thing on it
miners.
that will help a methane pocket. Did you get any of the like seismic science or what the
I
hell
did
they were
not.
talking about? Did you buy it?
I mean, I bought it enough to like believe that it's
Yeah.
true enough for the story.
I don't know, man.
Did they really need 3 of them, though? Because each truck was carrying an instrument, right?
Yeah, just in case the like.
In case the other 2...
So they had 3 things,
3 like heads for the well.
and any one of them could work, and they were willing to lose 2 of them. That
Yeah.
seems pretty like, how would you run the
Excessive?
insurance numbers to where that's somehow worth it over, like, it's exciting for a movie. It's still kind of,
Well, I think the numbers comparison is like whatever that cost compared to totally losing your contract with the government of Canada because of your failure. And I think that's really kind of what they're navigating is
They do
if they
set
navigated
those
this
stakes.
poorly, it's like their whole business is out potentially.
risk management? you would
Risk
say?
management, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I think they managed risk by having genre star Amber Midthunder and
Lawrence
Larry
Fishburne?
Fishburne. Yeah, like, because they're both genre stars to me. Did you
Genre
recognize Amber
stars.
Midthunder from other movies?
You know, I thought I recognized her, but it's like I couldn't put a
Prey. Have you seen the movie Prey, where it's a Predator movie set in the 1600s before, so it's in like Native Americans dealing with, because when your other movie you picked about the Hopi, I was like, oh, cool, there's Native Americans in both these. I see connective tissue. I thought you were doing that intentionally.
Nope, that's just kind of how it shook out. So
let's move into spoilers.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.